story? Where did you get it? What is this about? You need to come closer to your TV right now because we have our second top find in our 3-hour show. The competition style barbecue rib chops. Now you're gonna recognize a couple of words in there, barbecue rib, but competition style chops, what is this really all about? Well, we've got the general manager of Corky's here, Jimmy Stovall, to let us know a little bit more about it. First of all, hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, hadn't been here in a few weeks.
I know,
Glad
it's been
to be
a
back.
while. It's good. Well, we're glad that you're here because, of course, it's spring, it's summer. We think about barbecue. However, before we get to full-blown sticky fingers barbecue, sometimes we want to have those barbecue comfort flavors in a little more of a formalized setting.
That's right.
This is M56707. It is under $60. And what's so special about this is that you're getting this on 3 easy payments of $19.98 a month. To get this on time for the Easter holiday, and you know what? I just realized I looked down at my card and it's not the right card. So I'm going to go based on memory. So again, M56707, here's the deal. It is a rib chop that we serve for Easter. How is that different than a rib? What's a rib chop?
So if you're familiar with Corky's family-run barbecue restaurant in Memphis, Tennessee, everyone loves the ribs, but you want more meat and you want a fantastic presentation, take a look at this rib chop right here. So this is bone-in. We keep the bone in for 2 reasons. 1, for presentation, I think it looks fantastic, and 2, for the flavor. And so what this is right here is if you're gonna go to a nice steak restaurant and they have a special for the night and they go, oh, it's this, you know, bone-in chop.
Right, let's do it tonight. That's
and it's gonna be this one piece right here. This is one piece that I have sliced off of one of the 2-pound portions that you get. So the competition style, what we do is we season this with either the bourbon seasoning or that sweet and smoky. Then we slow smoke it for hours and hours. Then when it's perfectly juicy and tender, we put that fantastic Memphis style barbecue sauce on the outside. So all you do when you get it home is heat and eat. But look at this right here. Look how tender look how meaty.
Fabulous.
And I like to say about this eats like a prime rib. So if you know that texture of a prime rib, I want you to be happy with this. It's so meaty. A lot of people, they say, oh, these are my favorite thing. And we don't do these at the restaurant. We only do them here.
And you only do them here around holiday seasons. We don't really do this throughout the whole year.
Because we can't get this cut too often. So when we can, we get all that we can get. And then we do it usually around the holidays. And we said, last time, November they were on. So
that's what I was going to say. I had forgotten that part because you know what? When we have this on in November, we do have 2 flavors to choose from. The sweet and smoky barbecue sold out the last day it was presented in November. So I want you to take a look at this. Here on the front of the table, so you're getting 4 2-pound packages. So 1, 2, and then back up here, 3, 4. This is a lot of food.
Oh
you can do all of it for Easter if you're having one of those like open house, like just pop on in.
That's right.
Have a great brunch, serve this as sort of the savory idea, but we do have sweet and smoky, and then we have the bourbon, which is the richer and deeper flavor. So one of them sold out last time in November. It's taken us months to get it back. 3 easy payments that are going away at the end of the day. Your shipping is free, and we do have the 2 delivery dates now, or if you don't yet have room in your freezer and you want it just in time for Easter, the week of March 19th is going to be the time for you. And I also recommend locking into auto delivery. That would be every 90 days for 1 full year. And the reason I recommend that is, like we mentioned, we only have this on air around Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter time, but it doesn't mean you can't get it. If they know you need it, you're on the list, and they funnel everything that they have into supplying those orders.
That is right.
Even if we don't present it on the air for months.
That's right. You're going to get it first. And so let's talk about the 2 choices. So again, it's all about the presentation. It's all about loaded with meat, tender and juicy, slow smoked. But the seasoning, so we got this bourbon, which, like you said, it's a deeper oak barrel flavor. And we slow smoke it. And it's a little more bold, but it's not hot and spicy. It's just full of flavor. But wait, you can see it glistening. Look at the tenderness and the juiciness in that pork chop.
Look at that.
When's the last time you had a pork chop that was tender and juicy like that?
I love that you bring that up because that can be, doing pork chops of any kind can be really difficult. Even if you know what you're doing as a home cook, they can be really difficult to nail it and to get it right. And because Corky does everything the slow way, the old-fashioned way, the right way. That's eliminating a lot of the goof-ups that you can possibly have.
Absolutely.
To be able to get a result like this. Because whenever you see at a restaurant, when they have a chop of any kind and it's served beautifully with some whipped potatoes and it looks like a work of art, and the bone is, and cooking it on the bone gives you the most flavor, which is why you left the meat on the bone for this.
Exactly
it's presentation and flavor. This is just
And
awesome.
look how thick this is off this one bone.
So can I have a bite? Is
Yeah,
that the
take right
bourbon?
here. So this is the bourbon. I know you love the bourbon. I'll
Thank
cut you a
you
little
for the
smaller
smaller
piece.
bite. I appreciate it.
So again, you taste that fantastic flavor of the smoky meat, that fantastic barbecue rub, and then the sauce. How good is that?
It melts.
Yep.
Just like you were saying, it's like the prime rib of pork, kind of what we're looking at here.
It is. That's the texture.
Melts in your mouth, and that bourbon. You know, I'm partial. I love all of the sauces, but if you like big flavors, rich flavors, deep flavors, you're gonna love that, but you can still taste the smokiness of the pork.
Because that's what the true star is, the meat in barbecue, but all that extra flavor comes with that rub and that sauce.
Now, don't forget about the 2 delivery dates immediately, or you can go for the week of March 19th, and we do have a second flavor. Now, the second flavor is the sweet and smoky, and that is the one that sold out the last day we had this on in November of last year before Christmas. It's been a while since you've seen this. So what's up with sweet and smoky?
So look, I left this one together for you. This is how you're going to get it. I want you to see how big this is. Bones in, I'm holding the top. Sometimes there's 3, sometimes there's 4 bones, depending on
how big each one is.
Exactly. But so what I did is slice it right here along this bone, and I want you to see this chop that comes off. Look at this right here. Look how thick, look how tender, and look how meaty that is with this one little bone right here. That's part of the baby back. Then you have this fantastic loin, and everyone knows how tender that piece is. And then you've got some of the roast there, and that is what makes this up. But I want you to see this. This is with my hands. Look at this. Look how tender, and look how much, look at that.
Gosh,
that's
all
one
meat.
piece of that big 2-pound chop.
So you're going to be able to feed a lot of people with this order. And we have, because again, let me just remind you real quick, $59 and change doesn't just get you this, which if I was going to a restaurant, I might be able to get this.
Or
for
that.
price. Yeah, just right. Exactly. 2 people, maybe. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4 is what we've got right here. So you're getting all 4 of what you see on the cutting boards. All of this food comes home to you right now for 3 easy payments of $19.98 a month. So my question is, each one of those is packaged individually.
They are
right?
individually
packages.
They are individually packed. They're already seasoned, they're already sauced, and they're fully cooked. So all you do is thaw it in your fridge overnight. I preheat my oven at 350 and cover it with foil and heat it up for about 30, 40 minutes. And that sauce caramelizes down on there. Remember, the seasoning's already cooked into the meat, and the meat's already fully cooked. So you're just heating it back up, and you serve something that you can't just go to the grocery and get and smoke it outside and do that. But look at this. Look at the juice coming off of there.
It's
and I just sliced into it, isn't it?
On the inside.
I love these.
So I got to remind you, it's under $60. Very popular. Do you have a bite of the sweet and smoky?
Yep. So let's go
here. For me to try
here.
somewhere, and then we're going to go to the phones in a second. But here's a reminder for you. It hasn't been on in months. We've got 3 easy payments. Your shipping is free, and you're getting 8 pounds of food. 8 pounds of food, and your shipping is free. So when you see your price right there, what you see is what you get. I think that's really awesome. That's the way it is with all of our foods here at QVC. So it's not like a huge surprise when you get to the checkout and you're clicking your buttons and you say, why is it $15 more expensive?
Right.
That's not what it is, because your shipping is actually free. So we're going to say hi to Andrew, who's calling us from New York. Andrew, welcome into QVC. You are live with Sharon. And of course, this is Jimmy Stovall. How are you?
Good evening, Sharon and Jimmy.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Andrew.
All right, how you guys doing?
Good.
We're great. Tell us the scoop. What do you think about Corky's?
I have had these in the past. These things are out of this world. When the first time I received them, I didn't believe the amount of meat that was on them.
Thank you.
And the flavor, I got the bourbon, and the flavor is out of this world. And you know, when you normally buy the pork chops or the ribs, whatever, you get a lot of bone.
Yes.
This one, you got very little bone. It's all meat.
That's right.
You know what, Andrew? That I'm sure you would agree with me is one of my biggest frustrations. If I order something in a restaurant with the bone in, I'm usually laboring so hard to cut around that area, trying to get any little shrapnel or any piece that's like left there. Here, it's completely the opposite experience. It's all meat.
Like I said, I've had these before, and I can't. I'm a big eater. I can't finish them. No way. I mean, I make it like two and a half meals out of one of those 2-pound things.
Wow.
Oh, that's great. That is great.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you love these.
Oh, they're out of this world. I recommend these to anybody.
Hey, Andrew, quick question. Do you usually
Yes.
just enjoy them yourself, or do you actually share them with friends and family?
I share them when I can.
Okay.
When he can. That's the trick.
a good answer.
I got you. When you can.
Andrew White, we really appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us today. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
You have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Just to let you know, Andrew was very excited about these. 900 of you at home are also very excited about these that have now placed your order. And we have not had these on the air since November. Is this the sweet and
There's
smoky
a sweet
here
and
for
smoky.
me?
So this flavor is a little bit more mild. So if you're more of like a honey barbecue sauce lover, a little bit sweeter, a little bit smokier, and it's just, you can't go wrong with either one. If you like a little more bold, go with the bourbon. I love the bourbon, you love the bourbon. The sweet and smoky, if you like a little bit more sweet, it's not candy sweet. It just has a little bit lighter of a flavor, and that smoky flavor stepped up in that rub.
You know what? Here's something that is kind of funny that I want to say about this. So we talk about barbecue, just generally speaking, and we do just ribs. You're supposed to get messy. You're supposed
That's
to
right.
get in there. It's like part of the
Yes.
whole family style eating experience. We love those flavors. How do we translate those delicious, rich, family bringing together flavors in more of a formal, more of an elegant setting? This is how you do it, but because the sauce on top of the meat, they're individually terrific. Together, they're pure magic. You're gonna have to be reminding your kids to not just lick the fork. Like when they're sitting there for Easter and they have their napkins in their lap,
Right.
and they're supposed to be nice and well behaved.
That's right.
You may have to remind them because it's just so yummy delicious.
It really is.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
really
it
is.
just brings everybody together, and it's fantastic. And you're getting so much food.
8 pounds of meat.
8 pounds of meat in this, again, slightly more of a formal, more of an elegant setting. But for someone that wasn't here earlier, we've got a minute and a half left.
Yes.
This was a top find in the show. Let me just remind you, and then I want to have Jimmy take it away. 1, this is how it comes. 1, this one is cut up after you get it. 2, 3, 4, all of these. It's not like it's a buy more, save more.
Right.
You're getting all of this on these 2 cutting boards. You would supply your vegetables, should you like to. Competition style, and then rib chop. Can you break that down for us again if someone just tuned in?
Yeah, so the competition style is we rub it with the seasoning, we let it rest so that seasoning and the flavor melts into that barbecue, and then we slow smoke it just like our ribs and pulled pork for hours and hours, so it's tender and it's juicy. The flavors bring the moisture, the rub brings that moisture out to the top, and then we sauce it at the very end. And so then when you get it home, you're just thaw, heat, and eat, and look at the tender, juicy chop. And you know, the biggest thing, your biggest complaints about a pork chop is it's tough.
And dry.
It's a little tough, it's a little dry, could be stringy, but this right here, these chops are like, it's like prime rib texture.
I'm telling you, it melts. It's a meat that melts in your mouth when you eat it, and then the sauce brings the whole thing together. So if you want to go for that March 19th delivery date, that is the most popular. It's the
Thank
most
you.
limited way to go at this point. And we do have Sweet and Smoky, which is the one that sold out months ago in November when we last had this on. But we also have that rich, deep bourbon that is equally as good, but definitely a deeper flavor. And 56707, please just do it on auto delivery so you don't have to wait for the 2 times a year this guy brings these delicious things to us. Are you back with David today?
Yes, I'm back with David
All
tonight.
right, we'll
Yes.
have to see you.
Thank you.
Mwah. Say
You'll
hi
enjoy
to your
it.
family.
I will.
And stay with us because Jill is going to have some delicious mini meatballs for you that are based on a family recipe. And our new at 22 item for 622 is organic. And your second clue, it's going to be very hot and comforting. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit.